Hello, welcome to the latest video with Money to the Masses. Here we have Will, and I'll let him introduce himself to you.
Hi there, my name's Will. I'm a mortgage expert at Habito. We're a free online mortgage brokerage.
Okay, so if I've bought a property on a normal mortgage, lived in it for about 10 years, but then I decide that I want to rent that out because for different circumstances I'm moving away or whatever, how does that work? Do I have to change my mortgage over and let my mortgage company know? Or?
Well, both. The first thing I would suggest, if you're tied into a deal, if you were to move to a buy-to-let mortgage, you might have to pay penalties in order to come out of that deal. It's an early repayment charge. So if that is the case, speak to your existing lender and request what's called consent to let. There may be a small admin charge, but you've spoken to your lender, they've given you permission in order to actually let that property out. So most lenders are open to it, particularly, as you said, if you're moving away due to a job, for example. Another thing that you can do, if you've come to the end of your deal, you could do what's called a let to buy mortgage. So you're letting out your existing mortgage. You could possibly take some money out of that property to then use as your deposit for the onward purchase. So therefore you end up with your existing property, which is rented out, and then you've then bought a new property for you to live in. One thing I'd always recommend doing is reading your mortgage T's and C's. If you don't have a copy, you can speak to your lender and they'll be able to provide you with that copy, but there are quite serious implications for not adhering to those T's and C's. If you're letting out a property and the lender's not aware of it, they could charge you retrospective interest. The worst case scenario is they could repossess that property.
Okay, so how does that work for things like Airbnbs? Because obviously most of the time you're actually living in your home, but every now and then throughout the summer you might let it out. So how does it work in that sense?
A lot of lenders don't tend to like Airbnb setup. So again, read the T's and C's, make sure your lender is comfortable. If in doubt, give them a call. But most lenders aren't too comfortable with Airbnb.
Yeah, so the underlying thing is whatever you're planning to do to cover yourself, let your lender know what you're doing.
Absolutely, yeah.